What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to episode 2 of Sideliners. My name's Chris, and I'm here with my co-hosts Andrew and Aiden. So what do you guys think about the World Series going on?
Well, I'll admit, I was wrong about the Phillies, and the Padres had a chance until Bryce Harper said, not today. 2-run home run.
Told you.
Bottom of the 8th to give them the lead. Phillies going nuts, and now they're dancing on their own. They got a date with the Astros.
I told you, that super team they built, Juan Soto, just mid. Straight up mid. All I got to say about him. I mean, what did they do? Losing 5 would have really been a difference if they didn't trade for him? I mean, probably, but I think it was an overrated trade.
Yeah, the Phillies, I mean, they're clearly the underdogs in this series, in my opinion. Their pitching depth has got to really prove it. You know, Astros won 106 games. Phillies only won 87. That's like a nice, you can tell who's underdog and who's not.
Yep, I definitely got the Astros in this one. I like their pitching depth, and I think the Phillies are built very similar to the Yankees and that they're built on the long ball. They really rely on that a lot, and so I don't think the Astros will have a hard time adjusting to that. And the Astros are out to prove everyone wrong. They're like, we don't need to bang on trash cans to win this one. This is the revenge tour. I'm betting on the Astros.
I have to disagree with you. Phillies are better in every aspect. Yeah, they rely on the long ball, but at least unlike the Yankees, they hit the long ball.
Okay.
And actually aren't striking out like Aaron Judge, who has 5 hits in, 36 games in the playoffs? I mean, I think they're
What
better.
I do like about the Astros is that it's a different guy every night. In that series against the Yankees, they're bottom of the order, 8-9. They were stepping up each night. If the Phillies don't get it from Harper, Schwarber, who's it going to be? That's what I'm interested to see as we go along.
It's a fair point.
Playoffs is time where you need to step up. Big time players make big time plays, and that's why I think the Astros are going to just run away with this series.
All right, we're going to transition over to talk about the NBA season starting. Topic of discussion, LA Lakers. What do you think?
0-3. I mean, LeBron and AD have been, I think, 50% of their points. They are their star players, but that's not how you win championships, in my opinion. They're the worst team in the league shooting from the perimeter right now. They need to step up. I mean, it's a championship or bust team, in my opinion, especially for LeBron's career right now. So it's not time to panic. Obviously, it's only 3 games, but they need to make a 180.
Yeah, you can't forget the best role player of all time, Russell Westbrook. Just shooting and missing everything. What was it? 30 seconds left on the game clock.
Yeah.
Shoots a shot with 18 on the game shot clock. Yeah,
I believe so.
I think it was 18.
It's clearly just not a good fit for us.
No,
I mean, ever
definitely
since
not.
he's been there since last year, it just hasn't worked, and it's just not. He needs to go somewhere else. Is this going to tarnish the rest of what he's done throughout his career? Is he just washed? Because when you think about it, it's not like his assist and it's stuff like that. It's just shooting. He just can't shoot anymore.
I got to think he's washed. I mean, he's at this point coming off the bench? How much worse could he get, realistically?
For him, not much. He might be hearing some of what he heard when KD left the Thunder and those cupcake chants. Maybe you get that with Russ now.
I mean, yeah, he's probably the worst player in the Lakers. I'm better than him. Put me out there.
You know who has impressed me, though? The Utah Jazz. After trading away Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert, and Bojan, they have turned it around. They have beaten the Pelicans, the Nuggets, the Timberwolves, teams that people are expecting to go to the playoffs. And they are beating them and playing well. They got the depth. I'm impressed, I got to say. Even though Donovan Mitchell did come to the Knicks, but we're not going to talk about that.
I mean, I'm not a Knicks fan. I'm actually a Raptors fan.
Oh.
But everyone I know who's a Knicks fan is bagging on that trade. It's like every year between the Mets and the Knicks, every New York fan thinks they're just going to get every single good player through a trade. And it just never happens, and it's so funny to watch. It was a KD, Zion last year, Kyrie. It's just every year. It's the same thing.
Yeah,
It's
well,
the same
it's still
thing.
early, and obviously teams are already thinking of next year, 3 games in, with this top prospect that they're saying maybe all-time, Victor Wembanyama.
What's he
Is
like,
there
8 feet tall?
He's about 7'4", can
gigantic.
shoot, dribble with the best of them. I just feel like I worry about with a guy like him.
Injuries?
Injuries. You see it with Chet already. It was the same deal. Generational, big, can dribble. Now he's hurt before he can play in a game.
Yeah,
I mean,
and look at KD towards the end of his career.
Kristaps Porzingis, another tall guy, goes
you
down.
go.
The lower leg injuries for those guys are 7'3", 7'4".
They need to do some calf raises.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
mean,
I'm
you see
saying.
Chet's calves. Those things are like this. They're tiny. They're
It's
really
funny because
unhealthy.
I was watching Hard Knocks with the Lions, and Amon Ra's dad, he's a bodybuilder,
Yep.
and he goes, KD, I got a question for you. When's the last time you did a calf raise?
Yep.
Answer me that. So these guys just should figure out. I hope it works out for them, but it's too early for these teams to be tanking, in my opinion.
Way too early.
I agree.
Can't believe that'd be a thing. But I'm going to transition over to talk about the NFL injuries going on. What do you guys think?
Well, everyone, the most devastating one, Breece Hall, man.
Yeah.
So upset. He was really just amazing for a rookie to just come in, make an impact. I think I'm just so upset. But Jets made a power move. James Robinson for a 5th and a 6th right away made that deal. They're showing, hey, we are contenders. This isn't going to mess up our season at all. We're just going to keep going, and I think that's a great move.
Yeah,
I
at
think
this
that was-
point,
yeah.
with the Jets trading picks for players as opposed to the other way around really builds confidence in
shocking.
that
It
organization.
does. I think the move's a little bit overrated. I just think he's going to turn into what Michael Carter was for the last few weeks. He's going to be the backup. He's going to be in there here and there. However, I think the Jets are going to be all right. When you look at that system and how they run the ball, you can plug anyone in, and if the O-line's working, the guy's going to play well. So I think
Yeah.
it's big time for Michael Carter. He's got to show why he was
Big-
drafted where he was.
Definitely.
Big loss, though, Elijah Vera Tucker being out for the year.
Huge. The
That is
tricep
huge.
injury.
Yeah,
Big
he's out.
loss.
So that O-line is down tremendous right now. I mean, I think J-Rob is going to be successful there. They're going to have Michael Carter be their pass-catching back. J-Rob's going to be running all game. That's just how it's going to go, and I think he's going to be very successful
I've always
there.
been a fan of him when he was on
have I.
Jacksonville. I liked what he did. He can move well. He's shifty. He can get the hard yards that
Yeah.
you need around the goal line. I think it's definitely a good move. And another guy, injury. There was a lot of game-wrecking injuries this week.
Yeah,
J.C.
definitely.
Jackson of the Chargers. And with a team that's already given up some of the most passing yards in the league, I feel like it's going to be a big loss for the Chargers. And he was their big guy that they brought in this year.
Yeah, that 84, 82 million around there. You're paying that much money for a guy to be out for the year. It sucks, but even when he was on the field, it's like you have better players. Like he was fully benched halfway through one of the games because of how bad he was playing.
Yeah, you think at this point, what kind of depth do they have to try and fill in? Are they going to be sustainable in an AFC West division that's loaded with offensive talent? You think about the Raiders, they're getting better. The Broncos, who knows what they're going to be. But you still got to play the Chiefs. And the Chiefs, they're gunning it. Are they going to be able to hang with them now?
Yeah. Brandon Staley, their head coach, is just gunning it every game. Always on 4th down, always going for it. It's just, they really got to fix something there.
Tough week for wide receivers, too. Mike Williams, Lazard. Amon St. Brown left the game, new concussion rules. Maybe I don't think he has a concussion.
He's going to be back.
Yeah, and DK, too. Rough week for the wide
They said good news on DK.
DK,
though.
they
He
said good
might
news.
miss this week probably, but next week he'll probably be back.
Probably be back,
Have to
so-
assume. Quick guess.
Lazard,
but-
man, the Packers are praying that he
Yeah.
comes back because I think they're lacking on some offensive weapons. I mean, Aaron Jones really put the team on his back, but
Definitely
they
did.
need some wide receivers. Rodgers needs some
Yeah.
help. I mean, how many drop balls? You see that game?
Oh, yeah.
Drop balls after drop balls.
We want to talk about drop balls real quick. Let's talk about the Giants and Daniel Jones' receivers. I
do
mean,
that a little bit.
come on now.
Yeah.
It's just like 6 crucial drops. It's like 3rd and 20 almost 3 times. It's like 20 yards to go. Drops. Perfect ball straight to him, and he just drops it. He's playing with practice squad 3rd, 4th stringers. It's just Giants got to make a move for
He's
a wide
got to
receiver.
use his legs. That's why he's
I mean,
rushing,
yeah,
man.
There's
but
a
what do you
guy-
have? 100 yards on the ground?
Yep.
There is a guy in DJ Moore that's out there. You think they want to move for him?
Panthers are too stingy with them. They don't want to get rid of their best players for no reason. DJ Moore doesn't want to be there, and I'd bet on that.
I think the Giants have a chance, but they want to keep the culture. I think they'll be all right.
I think
Hope so. All right, we're going to transition over to talk about Thursday night football this week. So we got the Bucks and we got the Ravens. What do you guys think?
Well, I do have the Ravens winning this one 20-13. A defensive battle because Tom Brady and his legacy is completely being ruined this year
Yep.
with the whole divorce thing.
Oh, my
I have
goodness.
no idea what's going on. It's not about every old guy is going to go through some lows at the end of their career. The difference with Brady, it's not just that he's losing and his play's falling off, it's how it's happening. He's just leaving the team at certain points throughout the week, missed part of training camp for some things that are questionable. It's just not a good look for a guy who's been like this
Definitely not.
his whole career.
Throwing every single tablet he has in his hand is just really not helping their morale down there.
I know. What was it, 21-3 they lost?
Yep,
Yeah.
it's the
Imagine
1 in
that.
5 Panthers.
I know. Shocking.
Who just
I mean,
traded
That was
Christian McCaffrey.
I know. Yeah, they didn't have Christian McCaffrey. And, I mean, I said bounce back week for Mike Evans. I think he had 18 fantasy points without, obviously, a touchdown.
And he dropped one.
And he dropped. Oh my gosh,
Yo.
I was very
I was playing him
upset.
this week. I was very happy to see that.
Yeah,
Got
but
him
no,
there.
yeah, Brady
So
and
well.
Rodgers, especially those two, their teams need to quick load Huey, I think.
I think it's good for the Ravens too. They're going to be able to, on a short week, go in there.
Definitely.
And they're going to be able to play their game. They'll be able to stop the run. And I think they'll start to creep up a little bit after some tough losses.
Yep.
But
I mean, their run defense last week versus Panthers was the Bucs. It was just abysmal. They let up 181 rushing yards to Chuba Hubbard and Donta Foreman.
And it's weird because they have the same team. It's not any different. There's not any huge turnover. Obviously, the new head coach, but it's just a weird time for the Bucs.
Their defensive coordinator really just needs to put it together. That's.
Yeah.
I mean, they're really good this year in run defense, but it just that game was just abysmal.
Yeah. I got the
around.
Ravens winning on Thursday, man.
Same.
I really do.
I gotta
Maybe
say.
2-possession game.
Upset.
I got 27-20. I don't know about you guys, but
Ooh.
Lamar he's struggled, but he's really good.
I think people forget that guy was an MVP.
Yeah, their
I
defense is really coming along too. Especially the last few weeks, it's been very good.
Pass
yeah.
defense, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us on Sideliners this week. We'll see you next week. We're out.